Hey, how's it going? It's me. I wanted to do a best moments type video for all the stuff I did in 2020, so here it is. Let's get started. Okay, for real this time. So, I figured instead I'd give a bit more of a commentary on some videos, maybe just give some background on them. To be honest, I feel like some videos warrant a bit of a discussion, and it would be nice to sort of discuss some of the challenges I faced, the ideas I had, and all that stuff. Now before I get into that, I'd like to sort of list off a few things that'll be uploaded soon. The biggest one would have to be the ROM hack requests episode 2. Yes, that is still being developed. It's been stuck in a bit of development hell, since I only really have one more hack to make. I'm just not entirely sure what to take it in, or how exactly I want to do it yet, but I promise that the video will come out sometime this year. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if after I get my next video finished, I'll be able to put my full attention to that last hack. Secondly, I'll most likely be uploading another song around this week. It's actually a song I finished for a while, and even put up on Newgrounds, so I really don't know why I haven't uploaded it yet. Anxiety, I guess? I don't know. One last project I'm working on is something involving Mario Kart DS, but I'm not ready to drop all the details on that just yet. There are going to be more smaller videos uploaded, but those are the big things to expect in the near future, I guess. So this year, I really tried to put in a lot more effort with my editing, and I think that's pretty evident with my first two videos, Mario Maker and Animal Crossing. Of course, these were kind of big for me since they were the first videos I made with a capture card, and I only kind of just realized I only uploaded 3 videos with that thing. I used it more on my Twitch, honest to god, but unfortunately, this was kind of before I was actually able to save VODs, so those streams are lost to time. I do have one archived YouTube stream, and I think it's kind of clear why I didn't use this more. Oh dear God. Now, I want to just say that this was nothing to do with the actual capture card itself, and more so the hardware I had at the time just not being the best for anything, really. Like, now that I have a new PC, the only thing I ever really use that old laptop for is just as a hotspot so I can play Mario Kart 7 without disconnecting all the time, but I'll touch more on that later. There was another video, my April Fool's video, which I had actually been planning since my first Mario Kart Tour video. I said the word video a lot in that sentence. I'd noticed the video was getting dislike bombed because the glitch was useless, and in all fairness, the video was a little clickbaity at first. But when I saw the negative reception it was getting, I knew to change it. Yet that still didn't fix the problem for some people, because they just wanted a way to get all the stuff for free. So I made my April Fool's video aimed exactly at those people, claiming I found a glitch to get the gold pass. It did better than the actual glitch video. Of course, you may have noticed that that video is no longer publicly available, and that's because for some reason my video is being targeted by some phishing site for free rubies. And I don't mean just 1 or 2 bots. I mean, like, at least 1 or 2 every other week. It was really frustrating, considering I had pretty much scrambled to get that video out in time. But alas, that's just one more thing we've lost to 2020. Now, the big one. My most influential and important video on the channel. One that would propel my channel to the stars with a whopping 132 views. Basketball Jesus in Mario Kart Wii. Oh yeah, there's that one too. The Mario 64 ROM hacks request was the last video I made on my old laptop, and if I'm being honest, I'd say that was that thing's swan song. Yeah, the thumbnail is kinda fucking disgusting, but so is the comment section of my Mario Kart Tour videos. It could be worse. The video itself? Well, the audio kinda blows, but other than that, it's tolerable. So, when I recorded the audio, I was using the voice recorder built into Windows 10. In fact, at this time, I was still using the video editor built into Windows 10. Since I didn't really have any good editing software at the time, I had to hastily try and level the audio in Audacity, which, word of advice, don't try to level audio if you really don't know how. Even with these glaring flaws, the video did really well. I mean, I figured it would do okay, since most of my ROM hack and modding videos were mostly above average. But considering my average view count was, what, 40 views? It wasn't really a shocker that my modding videos did better than most. Like, Basketball Jesus has nearly 6 times the amount of views as my second Animal Crossing video, and I don't think it's because my viewers only watch Mario Kart Wii. Literally my least viewed video is a Mario Kart Wii video. Yeah, my video did really well. Comments started appearing like crazy, and I was happy. And then, nothing. I think I should probably explain a little on that. See, I love Mario 64. It's a game that has legitimately changed my life for the better. The thing is, I kinda suck at modding it. I mean, yeah, I make stuff that works, but it's never looked good, played well, or really ever went the way I wanted it to. I didn't feel like I was improving at all, and the ROM hack video kinda solidified that. Combining that with what other ROM hack creators were making, easily outdoing anything I could come close to making, and feeling somewhat burnt out from submitting to 2 different people's competitions, suffice to say, I needed a break. That doesn't mean I wasn't working on something else in the background. In fact, I had started experimenting with something new 1 month prior. Mario Kart 7 is a game I have tons of nostalgia towards. Sure, it's kinda lacking in everything, but it's the one I grew up with, okay, so shut up. I had known that there were mods for Mario Kart 7 for a long time, but I sadly didn't even know what the heck the term modding meant. But I've learned a lot over the past few years. I was a lot more familiar with modding, so I figured I'd give 3DS hacks a shot. I mean, what could go wrong? A lot. Fortunately, things went pretty smooth. I got my firmware backed up and loaded the custom one, and then I was set. And it wasn't after long I'd started to mess with some of the game files. I uploaded my first mod for the game, a port of the Tiny Titan from Mario Kart Wii. I worked really hard to get it to work, and I'm pretty proud of the results. It got taken down by a Game Banana mod. Now, to be fair, this was the first mod I ever uploaded to Game Banana, and I didn't really know how to give Nintendo proper credit. And a moderator did reply multiple times telling me how to fix it. But considering almost every port I made uses the same crediting format and the rest of them are still up, yeah, that feels kinda dumb. But I didn't just stop there, though. I kept at it with making Mario Kart Wii ports, a texture hack, and even a functional custom track. Functional, yeah, functional. It was sort of at this point that I realized what I really wanted to do with YouTube. I came to the realization that it's more fun for me to open myself up to all kinds of different videos. Modding Mario 64 is fun, and I'm obviously still going to do it, but it's nice to try out some new things every once in a while, and come up with some more out-there concepts. So when it came to making my next video, that's exactly what I did. One night, I got really bored and decided to go on a big Discord server and see what people were up to. I guess I noticed a lot of people were just posting some random stuff, so I was like, hey, I'm bored. Why don't you guys send me some random videos that you have saved so I can put them through a corruptor? Sure, it's kind of a weird thing to just sort of do out of nowhere, but I mean, I could have done worse things. For example, I could be a dope who asks random people on the internet for videos so I can destroy them by filling them with random data. Or I could be an arsonist, things could be worse. It honestly turned out to be way more entertaining than I expected, and it seemed like people on the server were having some fun with it too. So then I thought, hey, I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in a while. In hindsight, I probably should have known better than to try and acquire videos in real time, as the final product turned out to be a bit of a mess, honestly. There were obvious bits where I really had to scramble to make sure I had footage to work with. With all that being said though, considering what footage I had, I feel like the video was passable. The video wasn't experimental just in the topic, though. Pretty much everything about that video was an experiment. Seeing how well I could record videos on an actually good PC, trying out a competent video editing software, even something as simple as using the Mario Kart DS font. All these things to try and determine what kind of editing style I wanted to do. Now, I would like to give a heads up for what I'm going to talk about next, as I'm going to be talking over some personal things. This may get a bit depressing, so if you aren't comfortable with this, I suggest you stop watching now. Alright, so in November, I uploaded something completely out of nowhere. I uploaded a song. No, not really the kind of emotional song about how your wife won't fuck you, just a simple electro song. So I'm sure what you're thinking, well, what's so bad about this? It's just a song. And while you would be right, there was a bit more going on with this. Not so much with the song itself, more so the reason why I started messing with music in the first place, which I had put in the description of the video. Since I've lost motivation to do really anything with my life, I've decided to start messing around with music, and here was the result. Now, at the time it was sort of meant to be an exaggeration, kind of as a, don't worry, I'm fine, I'm just feeling a bit down at the moment. I'll be back on my feet soon enough though, because, well, I kinda was feeling a bit down. Some friends did get into contact with me, telling me they really liked the song, and they hoped I got better soon. Unfortunately, as time went on, that video's description would be less of a haha funny, and more so what I actually started to feel. I'm going to keep this next part brief, as there have been some recent events that have occurred that have made this a really hard topic to talk about. Not the video itself, rather just the topic of the video. So, my second corruption video. Much like the song, seems normal enough, but I wrote something at the timestamp of 20 minutes and 24 seconds. It reads, "This is a genuine cry for help. I've lost motivation in life to do even the most simple and enjoyable things. I struggle to get up in the morning. Please help. I don't know how much longer I can take this. It feels like my entire life is just school and editing now. My will to keep going is waning. Existence is agony." Like stated before, this was sort of a half-exaggerated joke, but it was a lot less exaggerated. Pretty much everything I wrote there was how I truly felt at the moment. I should probably explain a little bit as to why that is. At some point earlier in the year, thanks to COVID numbers going down in my area, I was finally able to see what basically was half of my family, who I hadn't been able to see since lockdown had begun. It was not only good because I could finally see them again, but also because it was the first time in months I'd actually gotten to leave my house. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy with my current living situation, but it was nice to finally go outside again, and no longer just sit in my room, all alone. But around the time of the second corruption video, COVID had gotten much worse, and I no longer could see them in order to stay safe. It was truly heartbreaking for me. I felt like I'd finally gotten a gift I'd waited ages for, only to have it ripped away. I had already struggled dealing with it the first time, and finding out I had to do it all over again, it was rough. When you're locked inside for months and months, everything starts to feel mundane. It was like I was stuck in Groundhog Day, just doing the same things over and over again. And I'm sure we all know the famous quote from Far Cry 3.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
As joked about this as it is, it's not wrong. As each day progressed, I began to notice things. I noticed I felt tired a lot more often, and would tend to forget to eat breakfast or lunch pretty much every day. It eventually got to the point where I was so miserable I had to make myself laugh at the dumbest, smallest things to try and push aside my feelings, if even for a second. I would lash out at my friends, and said a lot of horrible things to them. Things that I really regret now. And I feel like it might not have been as severe if I wasn't surrounded by the same four walls as every day prior. If I hadn't sat in the exact same spot from pretty much the time I woke up to when I went to sleep. I was in an endless cycle, doing every day over and over again, expecting that eventually things would get better. I don't want to go too far into some of the later events that occurred, because this segment's already getting way too morbid as it is. So I figured I should probably end this bit off with some good news. I'm happy to say that I'm doing much better now, and while I'm not quite in the place I want to be emotionally, I'm getting there. And I've been able to talk with family and friends, so don't worry. I'll be okay soon. Going off script for a second, I would just like to say that if anyone is feeling in a similar way to how I felt, please talk to somebody. If I had opened up to somebody sooner, I probably would have gotten a lot better, a lot quicker. So if you are feeling this way, please reach out to somebody. It was a good thing I was getting better, too, because before the year ended, I had one more video uploaded. The Christmas Special Highlights. A completely edited video on a 10-hour live stream. I got it done in about a week. How the fuck? I'm honestly still surprised by this. Usually when I start working on a video, the editing takes somewhere close to a month. Mostly to ensure that I'm able to do a full look-through on the video, sort of edit it as I go, and trim the fat to make sure it's still watchable. Honestly, it felt somewhat hectic to try and maintain school and work on this daunting task, but I somehow managed to get it out before Christmas Day. In fact, I finished a few days early. I guess I was kind of in a situation of, I have so much footage I can use. I can just hunt for when specific things happened, and still probably make the video at least 7 minutes. I was only off by a minute and 50 seconds, huh? But hey, I'm still pretty proud I was able to get that out in time. And I think what helped was I had a lot more fun, not just editing, but actually during the recording of the video. Sure, there were some things off about the stream, like the audio not being the best, and there are prolonged moments of either just radio silence or me simply waiting for someone to suggest something. But I truly felt I made the most of what I had, and, well, I'm happy with how it turned out. And that's kind of how I feel about my content overall this year. I tried to make my videos so they weren't just fun to make, but also fun to edit and still enjoyable to watch. And yeah, there were definitely some lower points, but considering the events that happened this year and how I managed to push through it, seeing just how much I cared about most of my videos, and seeing how much my editing improved this year, I'd say I'm finally starting to do something right. And I mean, this year my entire sub count nearly doubled, and considering this channel has been making videos for about 4 years now, it can't be understated how big of a year this was for me. If you like this type of content, or just like hearing my voice for some reason, be sure to let me know by giving this video a like, and also consider subscribing if you haven't already. I don't like doing this sort of thing, but about 87% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so I felt like it was kind of important to mention this. I have a lot of projects planned for this year, and subscribing would let you know when I finally upload some of those. Plus, it really helps me out a lot. This was an absolute roller coaster of a year for me, and it was fun to look back at. But anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya!